I am here. Only 2 minutes late, although technically stream's been going for almost 12 minutes. I somehow miraculously splashed soap into my eye when I was washing my hands. Like, you know how when you like wash your hands, you put them together real hard like that sometimes when you're like scrubbing? I did that and it like sprayed directly into my eye past my glasses somehow. And it really hurt. So I had to wash out my eye. And I came here late. So anyway, hi. It was a very funny happenstance. Albeit quite uncomfortable. Violet Rose with the first, very well done. For you, I'm still 57 minutes early. Well, good. No. Yeah, it was alright. Wasn't a big deal anyway. But I'm early in some parts of the world, which is good, I guess. Feels weird that daylight savings is at different days, different parts of the world. And I guess I understand, but I still think it's kind of strange. Strange indeed. Hey, Unibubbles. You're not new, but hello regardless. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, right. I just finished my giraffe enclosure. And I was working on raising up the interiors a bit because they are hard for guests to see. Very hard to see. I wonder why they're so hard to see. Hey, Patat, you're not new either. But hello regardless. Planet Zoo. Yes. One of my animals is hungry. Did I forget to put feeding containers in here? I sure did. No, I didn't. They're over here. There's no keepers to bring the food. Alright. Okay, what do I want to do with this? This is actually pretty nice already. I don't think I need to expand it too much. God, my eye is still bothering me. Thought I got all the soap out, but maybe I didn't. It's fine. I'll go blind, it's alright. Okay, we're researching hyenas. We're researching the hyenas. These ones. The tall hyenas with long necks. And they're hungry too. Do we not have enough food? I mean, maybe I should put another one of these down. No, the giraffes feed from this. They should be fine. They should be fine. Very strange. Why are they giving me a hard time here? I guess just because they need to be fed. That'll take time. It's fine. It'll be irritated for a while. Yeah, I know, but it still sucks. Like, it was such a wacky circumstance, right? Like, I've had like occasionally when I'm washing my hands, I've had like some soap sort of splatter outside the sink, but never have I ever had it like hit me or my face before. I wasn't even like scrubbing that aggressively. It just like decided to get me. I wasn't rushing. I was taking the normal amount of time, washing properly. And then I don't rush to start stream. That's against the whole point of the stream. I take my sweet time doing everything. And the 10 minutes before stream are for me to walk around and relax a bit and get myself ready to stream. You think I try to be punctual? What was that little tiny animal? Oh, it's a little baby wildebeest. It's not true. I've had mishaps before stream. I'm trying to do stuff quickly before. Oh, that can't be true. That would ruin my whole image of being relaxed and blasé about everything. What do I want to do here? I kind of wanted to make a... The zoo is incredibly large. Even though it doesn't look like it's that big, it's very, very big. So I kind of want to put in a feigned nonchalance. Yeah. I want to put in like a transportation ride somewhere. Maybe over here, because there's nothing over here right now. And have it like transport over top of these and like maybe land over here. Not over top, of course, but like through the middle path here. I don't want them to be through the enclosures, because that'll limit the size of the walking space for the animals interior. Very tiny? I don't know about that. It'll get bigger. It's average size. That's the correct response to that. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I think I will do a transportation ride. What one do I want? Maybe the suspended gondola I think I prefer over all the other ones. I don't know why, I just kind of like having it like hover over the area. That's kind of fun. I think this is more interesting because it's zebra themed. So I kind of want to do this one purely for that. And I'm going to. Why is it giving me a hard time right there? I couldn't remember my mute button when I went to sneeze. Why is that considered intersecting terrain? Is that not flat? Oh, I guess that's not flat. How odd. Flatten the foundation. Oops. There you go. That'll work out. Figured why my stream was zooming in and out. It's just my stream. It's because Twitch is trying to involve some ads, but you don't get ads. Just figured it's out and had an ad there once. Weird. Okay. So it's trying to play ads, so it's moving my screen around weirdly. That's super awkward. Sorry, you have to deal with that. That sucks. Is it only my stream that it happens at? Station on the right side. Dangerous fighting due to overcrowding. Stop it. How dare you. Stop attacking your mother. Actually, how good are you? I should probably check that first. Oh, you're pretty good, actually. I kind of want to box you up. Send you to the trade center. Ah. Okay, who else wants to fight? You're not injured. No, you had a little spot on you, so I think you probably would be. These things grow up a lot faster than I thought they would. I gotta keep an eye on that. The zoo isn't that old. Go odd. It's to wild. Anybody else? Rashid? You old enough? Oh, I didn't even realize they aged up. They were so small. It's to wild. You're still a juvenile. You're a juvenile. You're a juvenile. Where's the other adult? Several of them. Talib. Get out of here. We're all just hanging out over here in the water. Here. Rushdie. Get out of here. Only my stream. I have no idea why that would be. And I have no idea how I could possibly fix it other than just not running ads, but I don't have a choice. So I hope it doesn't persist being an issue, because that sounds like it sucks. Okay. Rides without power. Ride hasn't even begun to be built yet. What do you mean rides without power? Come on now. Okay, I added a lot of cars to this, or a lot of space for cars on this one. Number of vehicles, just fill it up. Go. 8 will be enough for now, I'm sure. Max speed, 56 kilometers per hour. Wow. Probably make it like 30. Doesn't need to be that fast. It's fine. You don't know why. And you also seem to be the only person here to get it. Yeah. But that's a shame, because, like, like, this is, like, the only stream you come to. So to have it, like, give you a hard time on, like, the one stream you, like, seem to, like, enjoy really feels bad. Ooh, I should probably snap angles here so I don't have to fidget. Too far. How odd. Give me like a degree that will actually help me make parallel lines, please. Okay. Up, because we're going to go over. Hopefully. Provided I made that angle correctly. That's a really rough turn, but that is where I want it to go, kind of. Around that edge. And straight across to here. Turn it this direction. Ideally staying off of the path where possible. Over and around here. Down. And straighten out again, down further. And again, and again. I don't want to go to the back here, but I think it might be the only way. I guess I could have gone. I could have started lowering it sooner. I think I could start lowering it right here. That's a really rough angle. Hopefully it just slows down automatically, so people don't get their necks snapped. Okay, give me station, left side. Yeah, no, left side, that was right. 2. Nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna have it go back around. I'm gonna probably just... I could parallel it, maybe. No, it wouldn't work out. Should I make it go all the way around and then back this direction? This way? And link up there? Maybe? I don't know if that's a good idea. It's gonna be a lot of money. And it'll make the trip last a lot longer too. Do an 8? Yeah, alright. May as well. Oops, I did it again. Oops. It's up. I don't know exactly the best way to go about this. That's too close. There you go. That's... Not off center. In the same dimensions. Thought I was. Alright, fine. Cooperate with me here? I don't think so. 30, 15, 30. I could go down or up. Can I fit it down, maybe? Yeah, I think it's... Oh yeah, it's because the ride's on top. It's not on a rail. There you go. I'm gonna lift it back up to go over all that stuff. Exciting. Might have turned up the speed to make it more exciting. Is that 45? Definitely 60 there. Up. Start lowering it there. No, don't even out. Come on now, autocomplete that. There you go. Max speed, no brakes allowed. I mean, I could try it and see how it works out for me. Smooth all? Should I do that? Maybe. Let's see what it looks like if I do that. Oh, nothing. Didn't select all to smooth. Ooh. Gonna work? No, I didn't even select anything. Again. I don't think it changed anything. Okay, cancel that and smooth the banking, maybe? I don't really mind it, and I don't want it to, like, ruin the... I put it. I also don't want people to have a hard time. I want people to, like, throw up from the excitement. Okay. That should be good. Add the stations in, and of course crank it up to max speed, which is 56 kilometers an hour. I'm going to keep it on 8 vehicles for now. I'll add more if necessary. Which one is this? Station 24. It's probably entrance. No, entrance. I want the entrance to be... like at the middle, and the exit to be at the front. That way people get out immediately. Directly parallel with that, if possible. And of course, I'm going to use a small path for this. Not a Q path. I want this path. I don't want it going that direction. Wait, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? No, go this... What is going on here? You know, just go straight down. Huh? Straight down. There you go. Okay, and I don't know how long the queue path is gonna need to be. Probably at least a decent length. Maybe. Each board? Natural path? Nah. I'll just do it. Yeah, beach board, why not? Sure. Just go straight down, please. I swear, just go straight down. Thank you. I'll make it a fairly long path. Because there's a lot of guests in this zoo. There you go. That way it leaves room for more if I need it. It's also unpowered, which is a bit annoying, because that means I have to move another one of these buildings over somewhere. I guess somewhere over here. Smooth out the path. Just enough room to make a another one of my beautiful stations, my power stations. Do I have solar panel access? I have wind power. I do have solar panels. Might just put one of these down. Where's the sun at? Pretend the sun never changes directions. It's a really long path for a maintenance person to come up to like once every couple of weeks. Ah, crap. I didn't even connect this path up. Whoopsies. 7 or it's 7, I go. Staff path. 4. Just connect up there. I'll worry about it and making it look nicer later, maybe. The mountain looks dangerous. Yeah, since it's mostly made out of sand. Someone wanted to trap the inspector and deleted that part. I don't know who that could have been. That sounds like a silly idea. A bad thing to do. Long hyenas. Oh wait, that's just the name. The rail. Station needs to be named Long Hyenas. I need this to let me know what one it is. Long Hyena Station. Entrance in the middle, exit at the front. Like it to not be snapped, please. Snuff. That one's gonna be a bit rougher to do because I don't have a lot of space to work with on the queue. I hadn't thought about that until just now. But it is also further out in the zoo, so I doubt it'll be as highly desired. Staff path? No, queue path. Queue path, going to make it smaller, maybe? That it fits there? That's just gonna squeeze them in too much, isn't it? And it will work like this, just won't be able to be very long. I don't know why I did that. There's one right here. Okay. That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. Not looking at anybody, but their name has a moon in it. It could be anybody. Truly, the world may never know. Okay, I think we're good to open it and just see how it runs for a bit. I may increase the prices to like $1.50 or something. Just because I don't know how much it's going to need to be for it to make money. It might not even make any money, honestly. I didn't adjust the settings at all. It's still on like... its default of half load. With any load. Max wait time... probably like 30 seconds. Wait time 15. Yeah, that works. Ambitious, you think? It's a lot of guests. Okay, that's reconnected now. Wow, that thing's fast, huh? You don't even really get a chance to look at anything, it's so fast. Oh, this side sucks. This side doesn't get any sort of view. I didn't even realize. I didn't realize it was like this sort of position. The poor guests don't get to see anything. Your PC won't stream Planet Zoo very well, so now you think you're gonna make one in Minecraft? That could be fun. Ooh, more offspring. Cool, cool. People are upset about something. Education, hunger and thirst, as always, in restrooms. What's the problem? That's a big task. You think you'd be going to sleep? Okay, well, good night. Take care. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Those go so fast. Those go so fast. Oh, jeez. Alright. Oh, people are going into them, though. How do you feel about this? Ticket price was good value. Cheap tickets. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't like it when people say I have cheap tickets. You feel about $3 per ticket, huh? Okay, apparently 3 is still quite cheap. Okay, let's see. Somebody got out. You rush in there. Go, 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 go. You get in. I should depart immediately. Whee! And then they pop out and leave. Oh yeah, I forgot how long they take to get out. I'll be on the iPad. Wow, cool. Then I will continue to speak as normal. To lull the iPad into a sense of security. Or some such. Anyway, let's see. They still think the tickets are super cheap. I'm gonna go ahead and raise those prices more. How much do I have to charge to make a profit, I wonder? 30 seconds is too little, you think? Did it go without people? I didn't even notice. I was too busy reading chat when that happened. Oh yeah, it did, okay. It seems to work pretty well most of the time, but I guess occasionally it won't, so I will boost it a bit. 45. Long hyenas can also go 45 then. People are exiting, it's too little time. I see. Yeah, it's how it always seems to be though with these rides, isn't it? Which is, I guess, is fine. I don't mind missing a couple people, but it's cheap tickets. What do you mean cheap tickets? I raised the price. What do you... I mean, I guess it does get you really, really far around the place. The default was $1. Max time also just says how long the car waits without people in it. So if people are in it, it will depart after 15 seconds. I'm going to clone some of these. Put them over there. I'm going to grab some one of these, grab it over there. Make sure people can pay for their tickets if they want to. Then give people education while they wait in line. I'm sure they'll appreciate this. Okay. And just shrink that down to there and align it with the platform. This is probably a bad idea, but I don't mind. I don't know if they actually get stuck on these or not. Right. Oh, we just duplicate advanced move that, honestly. They are floating. Are they all floating? No, just that one. Weird. Why is that floating? I didn't realize this path is like at an angle, oddly. Don't inbreed. Come on now. You know better than that. You don't, you're animals. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go with ecological restoration, tourism, obviously. I think it makes sense to go with climate change always. That's a good one. An invasive species is pretty important. Here I think I'm going to go with poach, an exotic pet. That'll give a decent amount of viewing for the people in line. And got my ATMs. I'm going to dupe these ATMs side too. Because they don't have any over here. Can't. Oh, I can apparently. Just barely get there. Not really a bad idea to put more education down. Oh, I don't even have any billboards over there, oddly. Have some billboards. Are these aligned to surface? No. Maybe? Why is that so small? Why is this should be bigger. Whatever. Oh, wait. Looks like it's leaning backwards. Oh, it is weird. Align to surface, please. It has a slight angle for some reason. That doesn't count, but when surface, I should say. Is that good? That is good, alright. Put another one there. Here. Put one right here. Alright. Poaching's always good to have up there, so I'll keep it. Overexploitation, species reintroduction, and traditional medicine. That one's no power. How close to it? Alright, it's actually pretty close to power, so maybe I'll just grab it and move here instead. There. Okay. A little bit off center, but I think that's okay. Maybe it's not. It's better. Alright. Go ahead and keep on keeping on. I should put some bathrooms and stuff up here somewhere. Give me Some facades, please. Theme. African. I don't think there's anything there. I think it's in facilities. Theme. African. Large toilets. The large toilets would go a lot better down here than the small toilets, so I may move the small toilets out. Up to here. Where do I want it? I guess, like, if it'll fit right here. Probably not. Is it? No, I could probably put it back a little bit further. Might be better actually just right here. Right next to the service building. I think that'll make guests grumpy. If they go past it, but I think it'll be alright. Now give me the large toilets, please. And I'm going to put them here. If they'll fit, they sure will, kind of. Alright. Not bad. ATMs are a bit wonky now, but still fine. Alright, should be okay. Can't fit it there. Maybe I'll have to move this over slightly just to add another bench. Right there. Move that trash can out of the way. You gonna cooperate? Yeah, you are. There you go. Okay, it's a big restroom, but it works. Do want to get some drink stands and other up here. So more facilities, please. Give me some shells. I want food and drink. I'm gonna have an information. I should leave information as the default that it always is. Just so that it's easier to find. If, you know, they were real people, I'm sure they would appreciate that. One information there, one information there. Bathrooms on this side. I might duplicate that bathroom, put it on this side. Just so we have bathrooms available. Numerous locales. Them potty people. Give me smoothies. And ice cream. Because it's hot here. There you go. Last week, you also started a new zoo. You haven't quite finished all the animals in the Africa one, but you barely could do anything because you always had to fix stuff. It got annoying. Yeah, I bet. What's your new zoo? Hey, Azifo, how you going? It's going alright. Thanks for asking. How you doing? Good. Congratulations on the three stream streak. Very well done. Arctic or aquatic? Ooh. Cool. Make sure you make your penguins have pebbles in their enclosure. They can gift them to their loved ones. Do I need any animals here? Do I have sable antelopes and springboks listed yet? I don't think I do. I have the buffalo. I don't have the wildebeests. I have zebras, ostriches, warthogs. I need the no, those aren't in this enclosure. Mind. But I think that the wildebeest needs to be there. Go. And I don't think I put wildebeest on this yet. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's on ostrich. Why is it on ostrich? Warthog. This should be buffalo. Yeah. Stop standing on that speaker. I need to see that. Get out of the way. That's ostrich. Okay, so this does need to be released. There you go. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the animals again to make sure there's no outsiders. I don't know if I can see that information from here or not. Maybe exhibits? Habitats, sorry, habitats. No. Crap. Don't know, I don't think it's gonna give me that information, is it? I don't think you can, but you never know. I'll have to just go into here and look at it. I know I have a lot of animals right now, and I don't know if I've been keeping up on their mating habits. Spring, offspring, hungry. Ostriches live in huge groups, so I don't need to worry about them. They also reproduce slowly. Got one outsider there. Bem, outsider. Oh, you're an elder, but I can't release you. Are you the original? Who's the alpha in your place, then? Is it Ibeamaka, or... That one's a baby, so it must be you. So you're an alpha. I've neutered you. I guess you're not fighting. Do they not fight amongst themselves? Fight to mate, but they have alphas. Well, they haven't fought yet, but since one of them's an elder, they're not going to last a long time, so we'll see what happens. Hey, Fishy, how you doing? Right. That enclosure, I guess, is fine. What are we missing here? We have ostriches, buffalo, warthogs, zebras. It's the wildebeest, I think. Yeah, just the wildebeest. Should I put the speakers down here? Okay. Good. Semi-recovering from drinking. Oh, me? I'm doing alright. I'm ill, but I'm doing okay. Also, my ear hurts? My eye hurts because I splashed soap in it earlier. That's resolving itself slowly over time. I don't seem to have any speakers over here. Is odd. Or maybe I just don't have enough. Warthogs. Zebras. So, the beasts will be there. Sweet. Sorry for your ire. Yeah, it's fine. I was washing my hands and splashed soap in my eye. It was a freak accident. It made no sense. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. It's been about 45 minutes since it happened, though, so it should be resolving itself soon. I hope. At least my hands are clean. Well, yeah. At least. Oh, I needed to raise this. That's what I want to do. I'm going to raise up the enclosure so people can actually see it. Because people are all like, oh, I can't see the animals. This place sucks? How dare you? Yeah, see, the wall's too high for them to, like, look over to see anything. I need to raise the wall, or turn the... I could turn the wall to glass, I guess. Would that be a good idea? I could. One-way glass. On the other side. That'd at least allow people to look into the enclosures, provided the animals don't need to have resistant enclosures. Speaking today. What do you need? Is it grade 2 or higher? Grade 2, okay, it's fine. Hyenas probably need grade 3, guess. Where are my hyenas? Grade 2, oh, okay. I liked the enclosure being concrete, but if people can't see through it, then it's pointless. And people are getting grumpy, they can't see the animals they're coming to pay. Does it vacuum? Hear you out? Hear you out what? Definitely, the zoo's good. It doesn't vacuum, it doesn't suck, it's good. But these I definitely want to raise this up. Although with the added glass, it shouldn't be an issue anymore. Go back in here and check this. Everybody should be able to see everything. Well, they still can't, apparently. I guess it might be that like, lip here. That feels like they should be able to see it just fine. Like, it's not like it's hidden or anything. Kind of far away, but that's about the extent of it. Predicted visibility is high. Average animal, that's not helpful with that. Raise everything up and then make the water around the island and have a nice wall on the side so they can't climb out of the water. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I don't know. Kind of like the little pond in the middle. Oh no, I didn't put any trash can bins over that side, so they just threw trash everywhere. On the one side, that's not like a viewing angle, too. Like, I didn't put anything over here because I didn't expect people to walk over to that side. Because the information's over here. And so the benches and everything, like, they deliberately gone to the wrong side of this enclosure. There's no donation buckets, there's no education, there's no benches, no ATMs. Gone out of their way to avoid the proper viewing position. Rude. Okay. Can you see that now, or are you still grumpy about it? Get a good view from the monitor. Alright, cool. See it now. Turning it into a one-way glass wall seems to have fixed that issue. I suppose I should probably do the same for this, although this one doesn't... I thought I solved this. I thought I solved this problem. Why are you suddenly able to get out now? I was looking over here for such a long time, making sure you couldn't get out, and then all of a sudden you're just able to jump out? You better eat some people, or I'm gonna be grumpy. I've looked at this thing so much to make sure that they can't jump out. And every time it tells me they can't get out. But then they get out. I don't understand. Like, I definitely, like... I took away the smoothing on that because I knew that they could get out. And then I smoothed it out again and waited for it to, like, process. And it didn't tell me they could still get out, so I just assumed it was fine. Clearly, it's not. You're having a good time, aren't you? You're making me lose. Look at how much money you're making me lose. I want to attack the bin. No. They really do just love attacking bins. It's weird. You should definitely like be attacking animals. Umaima, no. Alright, give me this. Tell me if you can get out again. It looks like you probably can, but you're not going to tell me you can until you do, right? That's the secret. I'm not allowed to know that you can get out until you get out. I'll just raise this wall a tiny bit, since it's glass now instead of concrete. Gotta check the big ones and the small ones. Like, you mean babies and adults? Because neither of these are babies. Or do you just mean, like, the different sizes of the animals, even as adults, changes whether or not they can get out? Hey, Lemmy, how you doing? You're not new. But hello regardless. Don't... Just wanted to eat some trash. I mean, yeah, but that'll make them sick, and then I have to pay some medical bills to fix them. Male and females are different sizes. I didn't realize that I just assumed adults were like a size mesh, and then youngins were a size mesh. I didn't expect them to... Like, I know that they, like, increase in size, but I thought, like, their hitbox or whatever, their escape box, as it were, would be the same. Oh, whatever. There's only 2 of them there, so fine. I do have a new zoo. I don't know if it's new, but it's a couple weeks old by now. It is in Africa, yes. It's not a desert. I got a sinkhole over here. Is it most animals? Yeah, but some have differences when they're smaller. Alright. I decided to make weird shapes with this one, just to see if they're cool or interesting. You guys still think the ticket prices are really low? Yeah, apparently they are. I'm making a profit. Boost those prices. I need to add more cars. They go so fast, too, like... No education feels really bad. He was quick, good to know. Tickets are underpriced, you love to hear it. More research on the giraffes, the long hyenas. That is going really slow. Yeah, I might add more cars to this ride, just to try and keep up with demand for it. It feels bad that I have to close it to make this work, though. Sorry I had to kick you out of the line. Enjoy. Whee! Who wants education? Well, everybody who comes to a zoo. You'd like to know more about the animals, surely. You wouldn't just go there to look at them and then leave. You'd want to know what's up with them, right? Okay, I'm going to change this wall to be glass as well, except right here at the entrance. Because there's nowhere else that any of the animals can reach except for that spot there. I'm going to change all the viewing spots to here. And it looks like half of it is... half of it's the wrong ones. Okay, where does it become the wrong type of glass? There. No, I don't want to grab it. I don't want to grab it. Other side, please. There you go. That. Okay. Now that's technically the wrong kind of enclosure glass, or like enclosure wall resistance for the animals, but I don't think they can reach it, so I think it should be fine. Now everybody should be able to see the animals. If only I could add one of those viewing scope things like I was talking about before. I think that'd look really nice. Okay, now we got tons of these cars zooming around at top speed. I'm gonna train my staff too, I think, actually. Educators. I'm gonna need more educators too. No matter how good at trained they are, I'm sorry, no matter how well trained they are, they're still gonna be lacking when it comes to getting to the locations they need to be at. I also need a new rest stop. Rest stop? Rest area. Over here somewhere. And before the buffalo escapes and gores people. Ugh. Yeah. I mean, you gotta expect it eventually, right? Staff room small. Keep that. Exit that. Maybe I should use the... I could use the bathroom facade for the staff room. No. When I dupe something, I wish it wouldn't put it to the grid immediately. I'm sure that's useful when you're needing it to be there, but I don't need it to be there, and it's really annoying. Bathroom sign. Just pretend that that was always like this. There you go. Staff room. Okay. People are doing. I'm gonna probably turn this all to glass, too. Maybe not, actually. These animals seem fine. They don't seem to have any opinions on the animals. Just, they really like this. They're really excited about the railway. Okay, so they're thirsty and need to use the restroom. I did put down some drinks over here, but I guess I could put more down. Vending machines wouldn't go awry, but they don't make as much money and they break down a lot, and I don't love that. I think I might just dupe this and move it over here. There, and then put these on either side. Not a very long queue line, but it'll do, I think. I may change out the restaurants, too. I want to have hot dog squad. And drinks I want to have Pip Shot water. Just a boring water stand. That seems like a good idea. Put that in the middle. The ATMs are kind of too far out, I think. ATM there. One there for fun. Just two ATMs right next to each other. Why not? There you go. Okay. Someone says Hippo is the most lethal, but you don't have statistics. Yeah, I've also heard that hippos are incredibly, like, high casualty-wise. Because they're, like, very territorial. I think buffalo are also pretty aggressive. Animal stressed. Why? Oh, because it's drowning. Get out of the water. Like, I know that's why you're stressed. Get out. Get out of the water. There. There, you look, immediately it goes back up. As soon as they get out of the water, they stop being stressed. I don't know why that's considered social. It can't be it might be the number of animals in the enclosure, maybe. It's definitely not the guests, because I've told the guests not to bother the animals. I'm assuming that they won't get stressed from that. And of course, as everybody knows, there's this waist-high piece of glass that nothing can see over, clearly. Okay, oh wow, geez, look at that. That queue's getting long, huh? That leave without people? No. Cheap tickets. Still cheap tickets? Still cheap tickets? How many times do I gotta raise the price on this thing? I wanted $10, not $30. Here, $10 tickets. Okay. Go over to my Niles and see how many of them have grown. Well, nobody's going to see the Niles. That's kind of sad. The monitors, sorry. Monitors. Nile is where they're from. Monitor is what they are. God, everybody loves the rail, but nobody cares about the animals. How frustrating is that? I've never seen a weird zebra-colored printed rail, whatever, before. Do I see guest thoughts? I want to go on rail. I want to get 53% of the people who enter my my zoo want to go on the rail. How? What kind of nonsense statistics is this? The rail's really good value. Yeah, I guess it is. Welcome back to Planet Coaster. Yeah. Herbivores are usually more dangerous than carnivores since they don't need to be hungry to attack. Some say generational trauma. I mean... yeah. They're hungry again. Why are they always hungry? Definitely feeding them. I was going to add more animals to this enclosure, but I don't remember what they were going to be. I have these 4, 5 in different enclosures. So I guess maybe I wasn't going to add more. Dangerous animals fighting for alpha status. Well, prepare to be executed. From existence. Bem got injured? I thought I got rid of Bem. How the hell did Bem get injured? Oh, Bem's the elder, right. The elder in this enclosure. Common ostrich has warnings? Why? Oh, outsider. That one's also an outsider. Is that one injured? Why is that one... That one's at the trade center. You need to be removed. Oh, you're actually really good. Might keep you, actually. I don't remember what the other one is, but... I'm gonna keep you. Trade center. I can't get rid of Bem, because it's one of the ones I bought. But the other one is, like... obviously the alpha. Bem's like an outsider because Obataye was like just better in every way and younger, more virile and handsome. So, but I guess they are offspring, aren't they? Who is their parents? Dead and... Okay, so they just have siblings and they're with them now. I'm going to have to buy a female. But Bem is just hanging out in there. I can't do anything until... I guess I have to box up... Bayamaka and Obataye until they're... Until Bem dies. Get more female warthogs. I hate having to go back over here every time I want to look at them. Wildebeests, warthogs, please. There you go. Why is that being so weird? Just need warthogs. You. Box up. Actually, you I can... Well, yeah, box them up. Animal's hungry. Or one of my buffaloes died. Did I make sure, did I forget to change the animals, like, aging on this server? I did. I was wondering why they were dying so fast. I was like, man, I just do not have a moment's time for them not dying. I forgot to adjust it to 5. Okay, now the animal should die at a much slower rate, and then I can actually get things done instead of focusing on dead animals constantly. That was like the best decision I ever made. When like, I think it must have been Fishy that was telling me about the timer. I didn't realize it was a thing until that. Like, to focus on like building and stuff, just set the animal thing higher. When I was working with like very small zoos, I didn't actually mind it terribly. But it really became an issue when I got like big zoos on the way. I'm gonna change this enclosure to glass as well. Not that big wall, everywhere else. Not like that, the other way around. Go. One-way glass, other direction. Okay, now everybody should be able to see any animals in there with no issues. I've already called a keeper there. They're taking their sweet time. You have a platyfish that has clearly become an outsider. The newer male clearly dominates him, chases him away. Aw. Are you able to rehome it? Or are they gonna eventually acclimate, do you think? Stop getting in the water if you're gonna get stressed about it. Like, it's just that this buffalo doesn't know how to swim, so it keeps getting stressed because it keeps trying to swim. Okay. What animals was I thinking about getting? I can't remember. So I wasn't going to get any of these, because they're all of their own stuff. I wanted a Red River hog, but I wanted it in with something else. What animal escaped? How did you... Oh, right, because you're a baby. Oh. Wow, you all got up there, huh? I didn't realize they could get up there. Well, time to do the business. Guess I am gonna, like, I wanted to do, like, a thing where they just looked over the edge of these enclosures, but clearly I'm having troubles because of that, so we're not gonna do that after all. There's no way you can get out of there. You must have had like, you must have like pre-queued it so that you couldn't do it any further. Had like queued up and ready to go for the jump before I raised the barrier. That is a high wall now. It's fine, yeah. Can't rehome him since he's getting a bit old. They lived for like 2 years. Ah, it's a shame. Meters doesn't sound high for Gazelle. I mean, maybe. Alright, don't. Windbreeding, please. Oh, nah, it's too late. I didn't get there in time. Yeah, I thought the waist-high wall was like a fun idea, but it just is not working. Things keep jumping over it, and it's too difficult to like try to manage. I think I'll just keep on making the glass walls a little bit taller. Why am I getting so many notifications? Not an ideal temperature. Well, it's nighttime. Like, nighttime in, like, the autumn. What temperature do you expect it to be? Blizzard? What temperature do you need? 12 to 42. Alright, then. Habitats. Heater. There. One here. Make it 30. That's good and good. Okay, cool. That ought to do it, provided they're within power range. Not sure they are. Well, they are, barely. Okay. Lantez-vous. Yeah. That lizard just slows down when it's cold. Well, I mean, like, they would hibernate if it was, like, cold enough, right? But this is they're African lizards, so I'm assuming that they wouldn't. I mean, like, they'd probably bury themselves or find a warm spot at nighttime. To not get too cold. Actually, do lizards hibernate? I know that like frogs do, but they're amphibians, not reptile. I'm not really sure what if lizards do. Every animal has its limits, but it's only 8 degrees. Surely it's not like that bad, right? Clearly it's bad enough. But that one's like kind of too far out, I think. Could probably move it a bit closer to the water side there. And if that warning comes up again, I can always put more heat down, because I imagine many of the animals have gripes about the temperature. I really like to hang out around here, huh? People still just talking about the freaking the rail. Love the rail. Okay. Put some more benches down around the place. People aren't asking for it. Birds. I do want to get more food and drinks around, but I don't want to do it with vending machines. I'll probably need more bathrooms at some point too. Like restroom. Baths in them. Okay, we don't want hot dog squad, and we don't want pip shot water. Apparently that was my second pip shot water anyway. Let's get milkshakes, because that sounds like a good idea for a desert. real clammy. Pizza pen. Go. Nobody's sitting on the benches, though. Yeah, I know, but if people want to sit on the benches, then better get them down, you know. They don't necessarily want us. They don't want the benches, but when they do want the benches, they have to have them, or I'm gonna get yelled at. Ooh, what is happening here? Did I not? Oh, people aren't even like getting on this road. Okay. This one's less interesting to people, so I might lower the speed here back down to 30 departure time. Nobody's like urgently trying to do this one, and I don't want to turn on don't block station because I feel like it's wasteful. There's nothing waiting over here, and people are getting kind of grumpy, I bet, about waiting for this. It's freezing here. Oh man, everybody talking about how cold it is. Like 8 degrees isn't that cold. Come on now. It's just like it's like above freezing. Like quite a bit actually, isn't it? I don't know. How hot is like 8 degrees in Fahrenheit? I don't know Celsius well enough to determine how hot that is or how cold that is. I know it's cold, but I don't know how cold. No, not 38 degrees, 8 degrees. Because when it was nighttime, it was 8 degrees. And people were complaining about how cold it was. But I don't know how cold that is. 8 is 46? That's not that cold. Fucking whiners, come on. Oh, it's freezing here. It's barely, come on. Put on a light jacket and you'll be fine. Yeah, it says 38 here, but when people were complaining about the temperature, it was because it was 8 degrees when it was like nighttime earlier. It's daytime now, so it's hot. Okay. How is animal research going? I might actually get more people just so I can do more research. Need more caretakers, I think. Well, maybe not, actually. Caretakers look like they're doing alright. Vendors are fine. I mean, they could always use more training, clearly, but... right. Keepers are stressed. I am going to get another vet, I think. Well, maybe not. I'll upgrade that vet. No, I want another vet, just so I can do more research. Whoops, wrong one. Vet there. Get another keeper. I'll add another veterinary research center. They're fun buildings. Indonesian, aquatic, Australian, classic, East Asian, European, South American. Twilight. Oh, that's nice. African Research Center. Large, small. Let's do a small. I don't need a giant one. I'm gonna put it over here next to these buildings. And I want a workshop as well. Actually, I don't need a workshop. Well, maybe I do. I don't actually know what the workshops are for, I've realized. It never occurred to me until just now, but I have no idea what they are. I assume that's where they go to, like, where the mechanics go to rest. Facilities having a negative impact on guests. Which facility? Which facility could possibly be having a negative impact on guests? I think you're lying to me. I don't think there's a single... I don't think the guests mind any facilities. I think you just lied to me, game. Alright, what's happening over here? Why do we have so much trash on the ground? They're on security cameras, probably. I hate putting so many of these down, but I'm gonna need them, I guess. For the sake of simplicity, I'll put them like around the areas of the signs, because otherwise I'll lose track of them. There. Probably here where people are gonna be gathering in line to make sure there's no pickpocketing. Stuff like that. And then I should probably make sure there's also one back here where the is. Okay. Oh, that's in it. I didn't realize that was in a circle. Or like a sphere. Okay, that's fine. Quite a big change between day and night then. Eatery Celsius is always also okay, but they all run around in t-shirts. Desert temperature swings are very extreme. They should prepare for it. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I lived in a place that swung pretty aggressively. Not quite that much, but... like, it would... like, you'd just carry... you'd carry like a jacket in your bag if it got cold. Like, or like on you. You wouldn't wear it. You'd be like, you just have it ready, you know? Like, it's also like rained a ton where I was, so you'd always make sure to carry you couldn't use an umbrella where I lived because the wind was too strong. So you had to use a jacket. You'd always have a jacket ready because it was either gonna get really cold all of a sudden or it was gonna rain. It's easy. Just prepare for it, you know? I guess if you're like a tourist or something, you wouldn't really know that, but if you live there long enough, you would. I would think. I need to research a lot of animals. Jeez. Mechanic research is done, so I don't need any of them. Having fun running around? Your weird anti-alias thing looking funny? Space is bad for some reason. Why is space bad? Give you lots of space. No reason this should be a problem. Dangerous animal fighting. Really, again with this? Antelope? Come on now. How many of you gonna grow up and fight each other? Get the heck out of here. You're banished. The hyenas are grumpy. I'm gonna have to, like, adjust their terrain a bit. If it'll let me. Feels kind of bad doing that weird jagged edge I'm doing. Gotta give them some space somehow. Don't have many other options. Isn't it normal for animals to fight a bit? I mean, that's what I thought, but... the game really doesn't seem to like it. I'm assuming it's mostly dangerous fighting with like horns and tusks and stuff like that they get angry about. The warning comes up for, not necessarily just like rough fighting. Still a bit short on space. I might have to shrink that pond. They can walk through it just fine, but it's not. Maybe it's too much. There, calculate that. Calculate that. Alright. That's enough. This looks ugly and I hate it, so I'm gonna fix that even though I just put it in. I hate that it does that. I don't know why it does that weird jagged angle thing. I feel like it shouldn't. The terrain tools feel really good, except when you're working with, like, very sharp angles. I don't know why. There, how's that? I did take away some. I thought it would. Positive. Alright, I guess we'll shrink the pond some more then. Water, right? There you go. Need more soil now, though. Oh, no, less soil. What's happening? Diseased animal discovered. Uh-oh. Cowpox. Quarantine, please. It is indeed a rubber duck. It is a rubber ducky. You know, if they're so inclined to play with it, of course. They can. Okay. Have I researched cowpox? I think I have. Yeah, I have. Okay. So odds are they'll be fine. Alright, pays fair. What is this? Time spent idle. 89%. Oh yeah, because nobody's coming over here, that's why. People all go over to that direction because that's where the ride is. Also, I need to change this path. Make it a cyclical path. Cyclical? Make it a conjoined path. Conjoined? That's not it either. Make it a path that people can walk around if they want to. That way they have the potential to get on this side easier. This can be glass. A loop? Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking. Well, I was probably thinking of a fancy word for it, but yeah, that's basically it. A word. Loopular. Where? How? How did you get out? How did you get out? I've looked at that stupid enclosure so many times. I did just change it a little bit. Fucking hyenas. A fancy loop. Yeah. What is this? They're running because there's a hyena on the loose. It jumped over the wall somehow. As always. Stop running, you're fine. You're fine now. You're gonna cause a panic. It's a stampede. You're gonna hurt some people. God, I lost like 100 customers just now from that. That's rough. Dance. Oh, I missed the dance. Gonna do a dance? We're doing the dance. Woo! Can you do it again? Ah, you're camera shy. Alright. I understand. Bem's an outsider again somehow. Why are you integrating? How are you still an outsider? You're the father of every animal in, like, every warthog in this pen. How are you integrating? Oh, whatever. Okay, are people able to see the Niles? What are the thoughts on this pen? I see that information. Yes. Get a good view. View from here is fine. Okay, I've gotten mixed messages, but it's probably okay. How many of you are mature now? I gotta kick some of you out, probably. Oh, none yet. Getting there, though. Maybe they're an introvert? Yeah, maybe. But they were dancing for the crowd. That stick you just had in you. In my imagination, I saw like a stick up here on their back. Zoom in. Lizards are funny creatures. Oh, you know what I should do? I should probably put some lights up in this place. I have no lights. Lamppost? Ooh, it's a fun lamppost. Oh, I like that one too. That's a wall light, less fun. Do I want this kind of lamp or do I want this kind of lamp? This one's fancy, but like I kind of like this. What does it look like down, I guess? What is the amount of light it puts off? Not much. Neither of them put off much light. I do kind of like fire. I think fire's fun. This is like very cool. I don't like cool. I want like hot lighting. Hot lighting is more enjoyable. Like warm lighting, not hot. Like warm lighting. So they're very dim. Pop. You're wrecked today. Trying to invert your sleep pattern and some really struggling. I don't have much advice on that, unfortunately. Are you trying to stay up later than usual, or shorter than? Are you trying to get to sleep earlier? Trying to force yourself awake so that you're tired enough to sleep at the hour you want to sleep at, or else? Both? Well, I see. Look up sleep hygiene if you haven't already. I'm sure I've talked about this before. There's a lot of like advice online, obviously, but if you look up specifically sleep hygiene, you'll get a lot of information about ways to improve sleep patterns that aren't particularly difficult individually and can help a lot. Getting to sleep. I mean, one of the major ones is like, don't use your bed for anything other than sleep or sex, but that's it. And don't use your cell phone or computer within like an hour of when you intend to sleep. Do stretches and exercises before bed and stuff like that. Before when you want to go to sleep. Practice breathing exercises. Can all help. Laughing like Elmo over here. Your sleep is filthy. I know it's a very strange, like, like it's a very strange word or like phrase, term for it, but it's just like it's just what it's called. I don't know. The breathing exercises in particular help me. I'm not sure which ones you'll be able to like locate, but I don't sleep for very long because I have nightmare problems. But I am able to make myself go to sleep pretty well a lot of the time. I can sleep, but not long. That's all it is. I don't get good rest, but I'm able to sleep. And one of the things that I've found was really useful was doing the inhale for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds, and repeats. So, you know, like over time, and then you hold it. You let it go. Then you hold it. Then you inhale. Of course, depending on your lung capacity, sometimes you can't go for a full 5 seconds on the inhale, which is what I have problems with, but I found that really relaxes me and helps me sleep. Having a hard time. Kind of vanilla advice, but works. Know about sleep hygiene, and they are helpful techniques when you are able to convince yourself to do them, which is rare. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, lying in bed, like waiting to fall asleep, is pretty boring. But there's another like important one, like where it's like if you can't fall asleep within like 10 minutes of lying down, then you should get up and do some stretches or walk around, get a glass of water or something like that, and then try again, like to reset your body or your mind or whatever. Okay, well, I've almost finished torching up the park. Well, that's not true. I still have the entire other side, I think. I've gone around one edge of the entire zoo. This whole place here. Done. This whole place here I've done, but I haven't done over here or this whole edge. Currently you're on the trying not to sleep part. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean... yeah. Drink water. Drinking water helps keep your mind awake. It's what I used to have to do when I used to study medicine. Because reading like incredibly dense textbooks constantly was perfect way to get to sleep. But drinking water helped a lot to stay awake for that. I already did it. I was already on it. You can't get me. But yeah, water is especially helpful when I try to stay awake. And of course, you can always fool yourself into like, or like Pavlov train yourself to stay awake from certain like whatever the word is for something that is affecting you that I can't think of right now. Stimuli. You can always train yourself with certain stimuli to keep yourself awake. Like when you're starting to fall asleep, like snap a rubber band or something, that sort of thing. Make a clicking noise, tap your wall, stomp your feet. Every time you try to go to sleep, or every time you're trying to fall asleep, or like when you don't want to, you do something to wake yourself up. Keep doing that over and over again. So you do it out of habit, or when you do it, it makes you stay awake. It's a weird thing. Brains are weird, but it works. I don't know if it's a good idea, or smart, or healthy, but it works. I also don't know why I'm speaking through my nose so much there. For some reason, I decided to go extra nasally for that entire discussion, and I have no idea why. I guess it doesn't matter terribly. It doesn't change that much when I go nasally. That's not true. By doing it now, kind of does, doesn't it? The way. I don't have much advice for you for staying awake. I could, like, shout really loudly every, like, 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not gonna do that. That was a joke. That might help. Yeah. I bet it would. Who knocked over my trash can? Like, what? Like, generally speaking, I've never understood vandalism of this description. Oh, that's a lot of torches. Don't need to be there. I put them too close together. Without being able to see the lights, it's hard to position. Like, vandalism, I get when it comes to, like, proving a point or whatever, or, like, graffiti. But, like, when it comes to just knocking over a bin, it's like, what? What are you doing? Rebelling against the man by kicking over this trash bin? What the hell's your problem? You're just making it inconvenient for the person who owns, like, the business or the garbage picker-uppers. You have to, like, go over and shovel it back in. Oops, that's a swear. Sorry. Feels a bit kind of overdone. I think I have too many of these things. I wish they were brighter so that I didn't have to put them so close together. I'm also just predicting about the size that they need to be, or the distance they need to be apart. Because I don't have access to the light right now. I suppose I could turn on the light by making the daytime shorter. Or whatever. I could go into here. And then adjust this so that it's always nighttime. But I don't want to. Because I'm sure I'll forget to turn it off, and it'll just be nighttime perpetually. I'll be like, why is it nighttime right now? It should be daytime by now. How strange. Maybe I have a bug. And it'll just end up being that for a while. Okay, that's all the lights placed, so we'll see what that looks like once the... once it becomes nighttime again. Whenever that ends up being. I've already handled this situation. Okay, what do I want to do now? Hyenas should stay in their pens now. I wanted to look at what animals I wanted to add to the zoo next. I've never seen these. They don't like anything else, so that's gonna have to be a small one. Small enclosure. Okapis are cool. I like them. They like Red River hogs, but everything likes Red River hogs. That doesn't really count. Red foxes? Live in Africa? Oh, they live everywhere. Okay. That's a little bit less surprising. Okay, the Red River hog goes in with bongo, bonobo, mandrill, chimpanzee, okapi, hippos, gorillas. They go in with just about everything. I could do hippos, but they need a lot of space, and I'm looking for something with a small enclosure, I think. Done a lot of big ones. I think I want another smaller one. Where would I put it? I guess I'd probably put it off this end somewhere. I don't know if I can. Can't really because of the ride there. Looks terrifying. It's fine. It's just really fast. That's all. I'll go for a ride on it. Huh? There you go. Look, see? We're going. Look how fast this is. Not too fast. There we go. It's fine. Perfectly normal turn here. No need for banking at all. Love just jerking around the corner like that. Feels great. Whee! Now we just look out at the desert and nothing else because I'm not allowed to. The person who created this ride decided that we shouldn't have to see anything interesting. There you go. Anyway. Yeah, it sucks for whoever's on one side. Because it's on the right-hand side here, you can't see anything until you get to this point. You can see the Nile monitors and the other animals over here. This one, same. Anybody who's on like the left side doesn't get to see anything. But like here. It's great. It gets around, does its thing. People like it. The most popular exhibit is the ride. What are guests' thoughts about this, huh? This place is almost great. Wow. A bargain for the tickets. Good value. People still telling me it's a good value? Come on, I've raised the price on this thing so many times. Oh wow, I'm actually, like... My profits have kind of, like, plateaued. I'm gonna up the price to $12. Holy crap. A lot of animals. Hovering around this one area. It's feeding time, apparently. Alright, what's going on here? Come on now. Stop it. Now, you know better. I guess I'll put you in the box, because you're a good one. Got gold standards. Banished. You did that. Low welfare. Is it because they're swimming? No, it's because they're hungry. Get out of the water and eat then. Surely there's enough food. Yeah, well, maybe not. Sorry, Sorry I criticized you. There's obviously not enough food. It's not inaccessible. Is it really? Oh no, there you go. Now it's updated. Here I was criticizing the baby animal for not eating when it didn't have any food to eat in the first place. And clearly it can't eat the grass on the ground. This water's a lot deeper than I thought it was. Okay, let's see. Back to looking at what animal I want next. This game like Jurassic World Evolution 2? I haven't played that one, but I played the first one. So if 2 is like the first one, then it's similar, except that when animals escape in here, they don't maul you to death. They tell you they will, but they don't. There's also no mission objectives, like in Jurassic World, where they give you, like, unique objectives to try and raise certain specific breeds of dinosaurs. There's nothing like that. This is a much more relaxed game, I feel. It has scenarios and stuff to make a challenge for you, but it's a lot less about, like, the individual creatures and more like an overarching zoo experience. But it's quite good. People really want this animal to be healthier, but all it has to do is eat some food, and it'll be great, and the protesters will go away. They should let them all, in your opinion? I don't disagree. I think it'd be kind of fun, and it would be a good reason to actually get fined for having the animals out. This game is just an open sandbox? It can be. I have it set to the mode called Franchise, which allows you to make different zoos while you still have, like, a money limit. Like, you still have to worry about your profit margin and stuff like that. You sort of have these challenges on the side here where you want to, like, achieve different goals. And there's community challenges as well, where you try to, like, release certain types of animals, stuff like that. So there is goals, but it is mostly sandbox, it seems. Again, there are scenarios that you could do if you didn't want to do just a sandbox. It'll put you in like a pre-made zoo, and then it'll want you to complete certain objectives in an amount of time. It just isn't really the same. Wish people would like go further in, because they like really conglomerate around like here and here, but they never seem to walk this direction anywhere. They're so sparse here. Not much to see, I suppose. I guess that could be a reason. But this is way out of hand. What is happening here? If I set to any load. 30-second max wait time. Is that still too low? Or too high, I mean? Doesn't feel like it should be. Just keep getting stuck. I think it's because I need to reset it. I could put Don't Block Station on for a bit and then remember try to turn it off later. Your wife loves Jurassic World games. You're trying to find her something new? Didn't like Planet Coaster. This has a lot of similarities with Planet Coaster. It is obviously a different game. And the primary goal of Planet Coaster is to build, obviously, roller coasters and attractions. There's a lot more, or less than that here. This is mostly about making your animals happy and adjusting their biomes they live in, stuff like that. Using, you know, assortment of trees and things, and grasses and rocks, stuff like that. It's hard to say. If she likes Jurassic World, this is a zoo builder. I'm not positive. An ad just started. If it's similar enough, like this too. But it does have similarities as it is a zoo game. But since it's from the same developers as Planet Coaster, it's hard to say. Oh, wow. Getting, like, chopped in half by this. Okay, back to animals. I meant to look up. Also, this has a lot of animals in the base game, but there is a lot of DLCs. You get more animals, so that's something to consider as well. What is the... Okay, so the gorilla doesn't like to live with anything other than the Red River hog. Same with the chimpanzees. Mandrills are the same. Fossa, don't like to live with anything. Could make the Fossa. Madagascar? Yeah. They don't want a lot of enclosure space. I can make a really small one. Stop inbreeding! Okay, back to the Fossa. I could make a very small enclosure for the Fossa. Over like here, like branching from this section. And maybe have it like go out this direction more and then connect back in here. Have like a diamond pattern here. Then have like a hexagon there. It connects up here. Might be okay. Yeah, that's fine. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There you go. There's that. And the hexagon would have been attached to this probably, but there's no guarantee I can actually make that make sense. It's not going to work. Do a triangle. I did talk about doing triangles before, but triangles don't work nearly as well for this sort of weird nonsense I'm doing. Also, I forgot there's a I forgot there's a railway right here. But yeah, generally speaking, I really enjoyed I personally really enjoyed Jurassic World, the first one. I'm not sure about the second one, I never played it. But the I really like this game too. But that's basically all the advice I have in that matter. I haven't played the second one. I don't know how similar it is to the first one. And if your wife didn't like Planet Coaster, this has a lot of similarities between that. So I can't tell you for sure if it's gonna be a good choice or not. How big is this? How big is that? This is the same size. I'm pretty sure, nearly at least. That is 816. How many fossa like to live next to each other? 2. Don't like living with babies. It says 360, that's plenty of room. I think. Push terrain down gently. Find a foundation. Smooth out those walls after a sec. Forgot to put in the door first. Whoops. Alright. Probably should, before pushing down the terrain, I should probably actually make the walls. Barriers. I'm gonna do one-way glass off the rip so I don't have to keep fiddling with that. How dare you? Put the walls the wrong way around. So annoyed about that. Okay. Diamond wall. Pretty close to the edges. It's not exactly even, but I don't mind terribly. Station. I forgot to check the size again. Oops. Give me metal. Okay, glass habitat gate's fine. Can I get this in here where it won't be a nuisance? What if it's possible to do this instead? Give me another wall there. Scoot that to there, and glass door right there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How big is that? 584. Great. Continue flattening. Make the... Okay, that's what it needs to be at there. So, just smooth it all out on the sides. Still a divot, but the animals can walk around to the outside edges. Have these 3 and swap around what side they're on. There you go. Looking good. I just did that the opposite way around. Other way, please. People can actually see in, and the animals can't see out. Kind of ruins the whole experiment of having it go in so far when I don't have people looking over the ledges. The whole point of the zoo is to have these walls pushed down, not walls, but the floors, pushed down enough that people had to like look into the pits. But I can't make them that small. Or sorry, high. Because then people can't see them at all. If I make the windows too low, animals can just jump over them. Especially small animals, like fossa. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just hoping I'm pronouncing it right. Based purely on, you know, how it looks like it would be pronounced. Okay. Push down for a pond. They don't need much. They probably won't need much water, but farming and getting some in there. I didn't even check to see how much they cost, actually. Probably check that, huh? They're not bad. Ooh, that one's not bad. Okay, adopt that one. I guess this one. Go. 2 fossa ready to go. Just chuck them in there. Probably double check their jump height. Material need. And, wow, 10 feet tall barrier requirement, huh? Well, dang. Alright. Go ahead and give me concrete and give me windows instead. Nope. It's just like everywhere else is kind of like a nice little enclosure, and this one's like a prison containment facility for the fossa. I can't risk them escaping. Pause and let the game do its thing. I don't know how I'm meant to link these two together. I have no plan for this. I mean, I did have a plan, but I forgot about the... I forgot about this. So I can't, like, put it here where I wanted to. But that'll be fine. Just want to make sure you get in there. Move that to the side. This one to match. Got our fossa in there now. Let's have a look-see. Very weird looking. Like a mix between a giant rat and a cougar. You like? Need climbing and hard shelter. Hard shelter is actually going to be kind of a pain. You can do climbing without issue. I guess shelter would count for climbing. Realistically, I could just grab a shop facade like I usually do for fun. Put it like in here. Obstructed by water. Outrageous. Let me go ahead and specify that I want it for fossa. Nope, don't do that. There you go. Filter. Australian shelter, how dare you. I think it's probably because I don't have an African shelter at all. Yep. South American. Log. Australian. They live in Madagascar. That's kind of a nice prefab. I like that one too, but that's too big. There's no room for anything else if I put that there. That's nice. I like that one. Ooh. Ow. It puts all of my stuff that I've made to shame. Here, have a a shop shell. That'll be your hard shelter. Enjoy living in a store. Not enough. Yeah, we're gonna delete that then. I thought it'd be funny, but it's definitely not enough to work. Gimme. Gimme. Filter. Feels kind of weird. I'm gonna do the habitat first, and then I'll go in a little bit later with the stuff. Strangler fig. Can they climb this? Is it climbable? No. Okay. Looks good. Water banana. Don't want to have align to surface on right now. Willow. Tropical leaf litter. Maybe that wouldn't go awry. Amaranth. Nah. Various ferns. Kapok. No, that's way too big. Way too big. Rhubarb. What is that? Where's that bush at? What is that bush called? I can't remember. A bush called like a that's that thing. Skevola. A couple of these in there. Hide from the guests. That one I can actually probably align to surface just fine. Animal attracted protesters again? Which one? I guarantee you there's nothing wrong. Like, what is it this time? It's the fossas. I'm working on them right now. Give me a second. What are you doing? Space? What do you mean space is bad? This area had tons of space before. What happened? happened to my space? 544, yeah. This is tons of space. Is it just the Strangler Fig that's taking up space here? They can't get up there, which I didn't want them to, so that's fine. I guess the problem is just that they can't climb up the edges. The enclosure is being judged on the edges, so... Maybe I'll do a flatten the foundation and sort of expand the edges out a little so they can climb up there. To have a little look-see at the people. Okay, that's just the tree giving me a hard time. Okay, how's that for space? That's better, okay. Need climbing stuff now. And I want to give that to them. Surface off, please. Gonna lift it up and attach it here. They can use this as shelter as well. Oh yeah, right, you can't position snap these. Don't work. For some reason it just doesn't want to position snap it to the other side. The outer edge, I mean. Works with this, maybe? No, it doesn't. We need a duplicate advance move this, then. I'll just make it larger. I can go all the way to the edge of this area here. Funny. No reason not to, I guess. Though it does stop people looking in to see them. That isn't a good idea. Well, there's other angles. Not me to place that one there. That gonna be deep enough? Not quite. I don't know why I placed that. I meant to pull it back. I'll do there. I could probably also just do one of the logs. Didn't quite fit. I could just grab everything and move it down slightly. That work? There you go. Delete that. Sweet. Platform isn't really necessary here, but I don't know what else would be. Honesty. Probably rotate and zotate that business like that. Scoosh it into this structure. It's a little bit less weird. Okay. I might do some supports from the ground. For instance. Kind of a very boring closure piece, but I don't really know what else to do with it, honestly. Like they just need they need hard shelter and a place to climb, and that is both of those, technically. Yeah, that works. Not very interesting, but it works. They need a lot less sand. Or I can do that for you. Short grass, quite a bit more apparently. A little bit of rock, maybe. Some rock along the edges, I guess. Strengthen that a bit. Sweet. Soil? I guess just any amount of soil would be nice. Mostly around here. Some light soil underneath here, I guess. Well, maybe not. Keep that short grass. More interesting looking. You have so much sand, but I don't know where the sand's coming from. It says that there's a lot of sand here, but I don't see sand. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. That's just how things work. Okay. So that's good. Terrain's good. Plants coverage is fine, but I'm going to add more anyway, just for fun. I got to make sure it's stuff that they won't, like, stop them walking around. This area is very small, which I guess I did know going in. Because I'm just a bit surprised by. Sweet, sweet. Rid of that. Put in... I wonder if this will use up their space. If I was to put in, like, the, reeds. Ooh, a fern. A big fern. A little. Do I even have any leaves? Ferns, rather? Not ferns. What am I saying? Reeds. Close. I don't think I do. I can probably type in reed and see. Nope. Okay. Well, I don't want to use up too much more space. It's fine. They got their traversed area. Got enough walking space. Kind of boring. I'd like to add more details, but like I just don't know what I would do to make it better. Put these things up here for fun. Gift box, of course. I should probably also grab a piñata zebra, maybe. Toy enrichment and habitat. Still lacking a bit. Give me a rubbing pad and put it like up here for guests to watch. It'll fit. It won't fit anywhere up there. Okay, put it up here then. That should be plenty. Then I want to make sure they have their food dish. They don't need a large one. They're quite small creatures. We'll have their eating tray. Maybe I could put that over here. I feel like there should be plenty of room right here for that. I don't know why there isn't. There's some there. Kind of a weird spot, but... This just makes such a weird jagged area when I put it down. I want guests to be able to see them eat. Okay. They like their location. Fine now. I'm going to start putting in the signs. Make sure people know what the animal is. I definitely remember where education is. I'm not lying. Okay. So, run off a line to surface. Switch it. Grab it. Okay. Can I put it here and here? I'm gonna have to put it on every edge, I guess, because I've left every single angle something that people can look into and see. I have to put so much like stuff everywhere. I could sort of restrict the areas people are able to look in at, just for the sake of like cheapening this expense. But then I would have to lose the aesthetic, and I kind of like how it looks. Okay, donation buckets. I wonder if the cats can use this to climb up. If you look inside the enclosure, you'll see that like the buckets are clipping through slightly. And I'm not going to fix that because I don't care enough. But I think it's kind of funny. Can I change multiples of these at a time? No. That'd be too convenient. I should have duped them instead of doing that. I'll do that with the speakers. Actually, it won't even matter, really. The speakers are going to be pretty big, area-wise. So I probably don't have to worry about that at all. Although, honestly, this fossil's got quite a bit of, like, publicity. Like, not publicity, but, like, people are coming in pretty quick, like, to see him. So I'm actually probably quite surprised by that. Facility. Give me education. Speaker. Not worried about that. Okay, we're gonna put it here. See how big they get. Pretty big. Not big enough, but pretty big. That. Dupe that. Put it like here. Make it smaller. Here. Smaller. That's about right. Well, not right there, it isn't. It's probably... yeah, it's fine right there. And nobody can see it from the front, so that's all good. That covers the entire area that needs to be covered for the fossilization. I want to add in one of these animal speaking points to the outer edge. There. And because these are so popular, and not because I want to put it like this for aesthetics, I'm going to link two seatings and assign them as fossa. And allow standing guests too, I guess, if you want to. Got plenty of donation buckets dotted around for everything. Hey, Bert, how you doing? It's going alright. I'm tired. Otherwise, good. Okay. Seems great. I don't have a good place to set up this for time, but... January, maybe? December? I don't know. I kind of wish the climbing mechanics were a little bit less janky. I'm sure there's a way that you could, like, make it make sense. That they don't just sort of, like, walk on walls. I haven't figured out how yet. Alright, sitting at the airport waiting to board your plane home. Aw, vacation over, I guess. Whee. Always a bit bittersweet, huh? Well, hope you had a good time. Sorry it ended. Look forward to next time. But, yeah, I always hated waiting at airports. Or, especially because, like, there's nothing to do. You just kind of have to sit there and be kind of, like, melancholy. Like, while you wait for the plane. The best time. Okay. The queue here is looking pretty good. How about over here? The queue here is getting a little backed up. Do I need to lower the time here even more? I turned on Don't Block Station. I think nobody's able to leave. Because as soon as these people get off, after 45 whole seconds of sitting here doing nothing, then this leaves immediately, right? Yeah, it does. I'm just gonna turn off Don't Block Station. That way people can at least get on the ride, because they've probably been here for like 10 years. Education's really bad here for some reason. Seems a bit strange. What are you looking at the animals? There's nothing to see over here. We should have a better view of the Springbok? Well, then don't stand here. They're not over here. Don't lower my zoo's rating because you've decided to stand in a stupid location. I guess that's the downside to having so many viewing angles, is I have to put down more education posts and donation boxes and everything if I want people to, like, be pleased with the zoo. And again, because this is such a big enclosure with so few animals right now, they'll very rarely get to see any of the animals they want to see. Weird how bad view is worse than no view. Yeah. But I mean, like, they haven't even moved yet, right? They're still just standing there. I'm probably just gonna open that back up. I don't ever. I'm gonna stand there and be grumpy about it and let them be grumpy. Animal has eaten guest food. Why would they throw food over the enclosure fence? That just feels like it should obviously be a no-no. Not feed the animals. Why would you think that was okay to do? Would anybody think that's okay to do? What, are those not powered? Is there a reason this one can't be seen? It has power. Why is that one, like, ignored? Oh, it's 'cause I'm not. I say I'm not on security. There we go. That's what it was. Oh, look, such a cute animal. Let's make it sick. Yeah, right, exactly. The thing is, like, the only food nearby, I think, that they could have given it was ice cream. Or a hot dog. Yeah, it's ice cream. So they just, like, chucked an ice cream cone over the fence. I think that's it right there. Yeah, that's it. Look. Like, they just chucked ice cream over the fence. Why? Why would they do that? Whatever, I guess. I didn't put up the signs that say they shouldn't throw food over the enclosure, so obviously it's okay. If it was a bad idea, I would have put up those posts earlier. Why are my giraffes doing so badly? Do I need more? I might need more staff. Yeah, I need more keepers. I could train them, of course, but they're obviously not quite capable of feeding all the animals I have on regular schedules. Go, just train everybody. I wish I could just press a button to train everybody. Maybe I can, actually. Yeah, I can. Whoops. Nice wall. It would have been a nice wall. Unfortunately, I had to tear it down because they were still looking at that wall instead of the animals, and I need them to look at animals, otherwise I'm not going to get any money for my zoo. I can't have them donate to the Wall Conservation Fund. Oh, this is actually smaller than I thought it was. I thought this was the same size as this. This is actually quite a bit smaller. Wow, people love this enclosure. Holy crap. People are all about this one. Also, education's so bad. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I could, like, put more of these signs down, but surely that's not going to be enough. I wonder if it's because I have so many different animals in so many different spots, like over here. They're not being educated properly on the individual animals, because there are so many of them. This is looking bad. Why did only, like, 2 people go on that? How's the ticket pricing? Really cheap tickets. Why is it still cheap tickets? I've been raising the price of this thing a lot. I'm going to $15 now, because you apparently think it's cheap. Think the wall did sell quite well? You think? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like probably wasn't really pulling in the big bucks, you know? Alright, I mean, they didn't hate it. They said they seemed pretty happy. Habitat 10. It's this one. They had a bad time for some... Also looks too hot. Really? What is your ideal temperature? Elsa? 12 to 42. I'm pretty sure that was about what it was. I mean, I'll put in a cooler and a heater, maybe, to guarantee it's generally around that temperature. It's around... always around 25, maybe? Or drops above or below 25? Over 30 million copies. Is The Wall a book? Or a movie? I didn't know. I didn't get that reference. I should probably give them bedding to sleep on, huh? There's actually a stat somewhere that lets you see that. Right there, yeah. No food available, no bedding available. Give me some bedding. Just a small leaf pop up here. They wanted like, well, I don't know. Put some too. There. I got multiple places to sleep if you want. They've finally been fed and cleaned. Pink Floyd album. Oh. I don't consume music. I'm afraid. I think we might have had this discussion before, but I don't know songs or bands very well. I know that Pink Floyd's a band. I couldn't name a single song they have. That's it. That's all I got for you. Sorry. I don't listen to music. It's tragic, I know. What's wrong with the Springbok? Is it just that one? No, it's just this one, yeah. This one, for some reason, won't let me release it. Why not? I didn't buy this one. This one should be fine to... Do they need to, like, be well fed before I release them into the wild? I think the only music that I've actively sought out is the Gorillaz, Daft Punk, and that might be it, honestly. Like, I've heard songs that I have liked, but I think those are the only two bands that I actually made an effort to, like, listen to their... Why can't I release this one into the wild? Oh, because it's sick and it wouldn't tell me it was sick, that's why. It was waiting to let me know that it was sick, I guess. Okay, call the vet, I guess. It wants to... It keeps telling me that it ate guest food, but it's not doing anything about it. Monitor lizard has some more research. Cowpox has already been researched, so we're fine there. Keep it on. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I kind of wish I had more interest in, because I know a lot of people really like music, and it's like a good topic for discussion and a good way to, like, bond with people. But, like, it's hard to just... I don't. It's loud. It's time-consuming. It's expensive. I don't have the means or desire to engage in a music hobby. Go back to Africa. I don't know why that happened. Habitat. And that's fine. I don't know why it always undoes my filters here. Kind of bothers me. What animal do I want next? I don't have anywhere to put it yet, but I want to plan. I could do chimpanzees or gorillas. I do want to use the Red River hogs with something. Maybe the Nile Leshwe? Is that what that? I don't know how to pronounce that. Nile Leshwe. I don't know how to pronounce that. Because they don't have anything else that they like that other than the Red River hog that I already have in the zoo. So I feel like that would go well. Maybe the okapi would go well too, because okapi only likes Red River hog. I think that might look nice, like as a group. Because with the Oh, why did it undo the freaking thing again? Africa, please stay on that. Exhibit. No. Ooh, bats. Habitat. So I do want elephants. Eventually. The bongo I do want. Bonobos I want. I want all of them, obviously. Black and white ruffed lemur. It's critically endangered. Oh, only 1 to 10,000 population. They're really expensive. Unless they're bad. There's only females available are not, well, actually there's none. No females available. So that's probably why they're endangered, huh? Okay, well I can't get them. Nice, nice, nice. I would love to have a hippo at some point, but that's a huge area to set aside. Mandrill like anything else? No, just the Red River hog. Why does the hog get along with everything? Low welfare, why? Forgotten to feed these things again? I literally just added more staff members so he wouldn't forget to feed them. What are you doing? Can I, like, set up a feeding schedule for these creatures so they don't go hungry? There's a staff room right here, isn't there? Right here, yeah. Staff room right there. I know it's small, but, like... Why aren't more people... I guess I could get a... I might have to get a large staff room in here somewhere. Just to stop this sort of thing happening. Facilities... Staff, facility, rest area, large staff room. Put it over here. Just to maintain this enclosure specifically, I guess. I'll check how this is going to affect guests. Oh, it doesn't, I guess. Oh, no, wait. Guest rating. That's fine. This is a large one, but should be able to hold a lot more people. It has no power. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Move it somewhere else where it has power, then, shall we? Which is basically nowhere. Except here or here. This is right next to that one. Maybe I can swap these buildings around. Grab this building, move it out here somewhere. Not worry about it. Grab this building, move it closer. Go into that building. Pull it back this way. And just, like, attach it here. That should be fine. Go ahead and add in staff healthcare. You don't get overworked as easily. This down. Over here, maybe? Kind of hard to say. I don't know where the best spots for these staff rooms are. I don't really know how to use the staff rooms, honestly. Like, effectively, I should say, specifically. I don't have a talking point for the Nile monitors, do I? I don't. That's odd. It feels like something I would have remembered to do. Outstanding guest, Nile monitor. There you go. Make it like different month. October. There you are. And I know the animal's welfare has attracted protesters. I can't do anything about that. Keeper assigned. Or just get more keepers over here. I feel like I shouldn't... This isn't my problem. Like, the keepers should be coming here and doing their thing, but they're not. I get it, I get it, I get it. Stop it, I get it. I understand, please. I understand that protesters want to protest my poor treatment of my animals, which I'm definitely taking perfect care of at all times. This is one of those situations where I'm not exactly sure what to do. So I feel like having a work zone is unnecessary because I only have like 5 enclosures. So designating work zones feels kind of like a wasted effort. There should be plenty of staff members to just go do the jobs they need to do. I shouldn't have to tell them which places to go to. I don't treat them badly. I do make an effort to make them happy. The problem is, I think the problem is they try to traverse through this water to reach their food all the time. And they get like grumpy from being in the water for too long. And then they don't get their food in time. Something like that. But I've had the keeper come and deliver food, so they should be okay now. This animal's still eating guest food? Have you not eaten since then? That implies that the keepers aren't feeding you either? Well, guess we'll see, won't we? Okay, antelopes have better research done. I'm going to go back into my training here. Staff. Train every staff member. Bella Moopy. I mean, like, this one's, like, obviously overcrowding. This one's, like, an animal that's shy being bothered. This is obviously a giraffe being imprisoned for committing heinous crimes against humanity. This is a tiger being barbed wired for some reason. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't think they know what they're protesting, if I'm honest. Ah, stop it. Reading aloud. At my wholesome zoo filled with animals that are happy. I just really want this stupid warning to go away. Like, I can't help them. They're hungry. I'm feeding them as best I can. Oh, cleanliness of the drink is the problem as well. I didn't realize that was a big deal. I thought they were close enough to be in purification range. They are not. Wowee. So this whole time that's part of the reason they've been so upset is because I haven't been giving them clean water. Don't tell anybody. There, now they have clean water. Ooh. Guess the protesters are right. And I wonder why I get protesters, yeah. Yeesh. Better double check the other enclosures. Yeah, everywhere's fine. I have so much money right now for some reason. I bet you all this money is coming from that stupid, like, ride. That, like, the transportation ride. Oh, I can pay off my loans. There you go. Oh, nice. And I can just put in some high impact marketing for fun. There you go. Let's see, income. donations. I guess donations are a pretty big income. They eat their food pretty quick. Crabs are probably alright for... Welfare's going down. Food enrichment. I don't have enough food enrichment? Oh, weird. How did I not remember to do that? I must have, like, not realized that giraffes needed unique resources and just looked at the other animals. Go. Now you're happy. You're licking your leg. Stop that. I feel like this hyena enclosure is like too pride of place for only 2 hyenas. Like, this is like an integral part of the zoo. This is the main, like, you know, octagon or whatever, hexagon. It goes into this diamond, which is like directly leading to the other big zoo enclosure right up here. And this is just like 2 hyenas. I feel like this spot should be reserved for like one of my, like, a critically endangered species or something. Something that people want to see, like very badly, you know? How many bonobos live together? 3 to 10. How much are they? Quite a lot. Yes. And what about... Wild dogs? Bongos have near threatened. They live in colonies of 5. That's not bad. I could probably fit that in somewhere. They don't like any other species except the Red River hog, which everybody likes for whatever reason, so that's kind of fun. Gemsbok doesn't like anything. Dingoes don't like anything. Nyaleshwa likes giraffes, buffalo, and ostriches, so I could fit them in the main enclosure. Warthogs? I've got warthogs. Copy like red river hogs as well. I got some warthogs in here somewhere. Can't see them, but they're here. There's a lot of animals in here, actually. Probably start incorporating... There it is, Bem. Oh no, you mean warhogs. Oh, right. Those are different. I need to check that their enclosure isn't getting too small for them, considering how many of them there are. No, we're doing alright, it looks like. Not too cramped in there. People don't love the view of the wildebeest, but there's like 1,000 different viewing angles here, so I don't know what they're complaining about. How's the bed situation looking? I need more feeder enrichments, apparently. Who are they? They're fine. They're fine. Okay, so feeder enrichment for the African buffalo. Where are you? There you are. Barrel feeder back there for fun. And maybe a hanging grazer as well, just because I know you'll need more later. Maybe it's not a real animal. Probably not. You don't know what kind of pigs live in Africa. Yeah, I don't really either. Boarding to start soon, so you're going to pack up and see you next time? Alright, coolio. Take care. Have a good flight. Don't forget to clap when you land. Everybody loves that. Have a good one. I'll probably be heading off pretty soon too, because I am quite tired. I'll go a little bit longer because I want to get this animal welfare situation handled. I just have to add more food, which feels a bit strange because I didn't think I was that far out, but that's the solution here. Once happened to you that people clapped on landing, but it was a tourist trip, so you don't know? Yeah. That's sort of what it is. It's never really like... It's also people who don't fly regularly. Like, it's people who fly for, like, the first time or once, like, every couple of years or something. If you ever fly, like, regularly, you don't get that as often. If you, like, just regular, like domestic flights. What are the Nile Leshwa? Probably put them in with the this group here and see how they handle that. What is the... Oh, there's not very many of them. Okay, what is the female bachelor size? 3 to 50. Jeez, holy crap. Alright then. We'll just get the ones that are available here. Just chuck them in there. I realized I forgot to put the fossa in quarantine before I put them to their closure. We have to ask some crew if they appreciate clapping. I imagine it's kind of a fun novelty every once in a while. Of course, I'm speaking... I've never been a pilot or an attendant, so I'm just guessing with this based on experience in other positions where they have similar things that occur. I imagine it's a fun novelty to occur every once in a while, but if you're regularly flying, like, to, like, tourist destinations, I'm sure it gets very frustrating. Because it's just like, I mean, it's, like, not that big a deal, but, like, a lot of times you just have, like, 1 or 2 hour flights, and you do, like, you know, 5 of them a day, or more, depending. So you just end up having to... have, like, people clapping constantly. I don't imagine it happens that often, but it happens enough to, like, make it a joke. Applaud your crew if you applaud a bus driver. I don't applaud bus drivers. I thank them and then I leave, but I don't applaud. Like, hey, thanks for the ride, and then I go off, and then I'm done. That's about it. Then I greet them when I get on, I guess. While I'm paying fare, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And then I pay fare, and then I leave, and then sit down, and then when I get off the bus, I say thank you, and then I'm done. when they've done something ridiculously good, like managed to get an abusive passenger off the bus. Oh, I've never had that happen, and they've always just let them get on and stay on. It's not worth the effort, I guess. Nadir, no. How could this have happened to you, Nadir? Where is quarantine? There it is. They're still checking up. Flying is regular stuff. It's not regular stuff. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess in like a particularly turbulent flight, I'd be a bit cagey. So I imagine like clapping then would make sense. I have one flight story, I guess, that like I wish would have landed and I would have clapped, where the pilot flew from my departure to the location I was meant to land, but there was a storm and they kept circling, waiting to be told they could land over and over again, and they were like rejected. So they flew back to, you know, the initial departure, got refueled, and then took off again to try and land again at the same spot. It was like a 2-hour flight. To there, and then they flew back, and then they flew again. And like, it was like around Christmas time, so everybody was trying to get home. So they were really trying to land us where we were meant to be, but they just couldn't do it. And I would have clapped if they did land for that, so there's that, but they didn't, so I didn't. I went back and was miserable for the holidays, because that was the only flight I had booked, and they wouldn't reschedule. So I just didn't have... I didn't have a family holiday. Not that I've ever celebrated, really, but it's nice to see family every once in a while. Is the zoo 16 years old then? Yeah. Just about. Nadir means the direction opposite to the zenith from Arabic. Oh, cool. Better than them trying to take a risky landing when they shouldn't. Well, yeah, I'm not criticizing that. It's like, I'm not like, oh, I wish they would have tried to slam into the ground with a lightning storm. No, I fully understand. I just wish that they had the ability to land. It would have been nice. I wasn't like criticizing them at all. I was just stating. Direction directly below the observer. I don't know why I'm just like floating around doing nothing. I guess because I'm tired, so I'm getting distracted easily. And just like zooming around. I was waiting for the Nile Leshwas to be in the zoo so I could look at them and see how they like the enclosure. See if they actually enjoy being around these animals or not. They're being stressed, but I think that's because there's so many people like right next to them. They're not moving from that position. They don't like the soil or the rock allotment, which is a shame. Could adjust that, maybe? I don't know what I would adjust it for. What else likes more soil? Is a what, though? Difficult, because I don't know what... Less rock, more soil. Tickets are underpriced, alright. I'm sure they wouldn't mind just living here. In this enclosure, but they definitely want something more. I don't know where the rock is to replace. I might replace the rock with soil. See how this affects them. Okay. Need more soil still and less rock still. How's everybody else faring with that little change I've made? Seem fine. I don't think anybody really wants rock. I just put it in there to change up the terrain a bit. I'm going to continue to paint the rock away. Place of soil. Replace it with soil. But I know that the Leshwa wants a lot of soil, and I'm not going to be able to manage that, I don't think. It's not impossible, but I think it'd be difficult. Because balancing like 5 or 6 different species of animals, it's kind of rough already. Okay, how's everybody faring with that change? Okay, you're okay. Zebra's okay. They want them. They're gonna want more grass though, so I can't remove any more dirt. I can't add any more dirt really. They're okay. The wildebeests. They're fine with the changes. Ostriches. Also fine, and Leshwa. Almost enough soil, almost enough rock removed. They just hate rock, yeah. Leshwa are native to swamps and marshes. Really? Wow. Do I see any rock here? I mean, not really. Like, I know there's a little bit right here. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to make the Leshwa happy. I need to make sure I don't make the other animals unhappy with my changes. I can only change so much. They got enough soil. I just need to make the rock go. I don't know where the rock is to go. No, it's around. There, maybe? I think the only place I intentionally put rock was around the edges, but there's still 10% rock in here somewhere. This looks like it might be rock. This might be rock here. Because I know what I did. I did that thing where I sprinkle it around. I might actually... this is going to be a pain, and I'm going to hate this. I can't see the rock. So... paint the entire enclosure as mud or as soil so that I can repaint it the way animals need it. I just cannot see the rock. Okay. But it's still 1% rock somewhere. Despite painting over the entire enclosure with dirt. There. It's 100% soil now. So I know I need a decent amount of grass. Drop this. This. I need it to be about... I need like a good amount of short and long grass. So I'm just going to paint some of that in. Around here. There. Long grass back here. Short grass, like in this area. Ion. It's good. So that's the Leshwa, right? Yeah. What about the zebra? Zebra, whatever. Need a lot less soil. More grass. short grass is what most animals tend to prefer, so I'm going to go mostly short grass for this. I actually need to go to the lowest amount of soil they're willing to tolerate. Or the highest, rather. The highest amount of soil they're willing to stop. Okay. Good. Then the African buffalo like it. The black wildebeests like it. Ostriches like it. It's a lot of animals, holy crap. I'm gonna have to start putting the contraceptives on to stop them existing in giant numbers like this. And the Lesh would like it, right? Yeah, okay, everybody's happy. Every animal enjoys the enclosure now. No one like long grass? I think they do. Some animals seem to like long grass, but it's mostly animals that like stalk. Like animals in jungles and stuff, I think like long grass. Mostly cats, it seems. But they're happy with their enclosure the way it is now, so I'm happy with that. Ooh, lag. A lot of people, that's why. I guess this is the major downside to making such a big zoo, is that I'm just gonna lag. Go over here. Why is this one so backed up? Okay, remove the maximum wait time. Not remove it, but lower it. Obviously 30 seconds is too long. I could put on this and then lower the departure time and see if that works. They get out and it should just launch immediately. They do have enough water. Well, yeah, it's a good amount of water. Yeesh, it really lags looking at the entrance. I think there's still enough room in here for more creatures if I wanted to, but I don't know how much. Because we still have hard shelter room. But I'm sure the more I get, the less hard shelter room I'm going to have. It's a big shelter, but there's a lot of animals in there. Cleanliness is bad. View is bad. I don't know. Like, people can complain about the view of this place, but like, I can't imagine you'd be like, oh man, I wish I could see a specific animal better. And there's like dozens running around out there. Like, clearly this is a much better experience than being like this far away from like one animal, right? Like, if I saw like this single animal like at this range, I'd be like, well, this is kind of interesting, but like, whatever. But like seeing like this, I'm like, wow, look at all these different animals commingling and running around and enjoying themselves. Cool. But like, I don't know. I'm not, I didn't design the game. I don't know why that is a restriction that exists. Low welfare with the wildebeests. Why? Is it because you're swimming and you're babies? It sure is. Stop swimming as babies. You don't like water that much. Disease risk. Yeah, I know. Okay, so it's getting really dirty in there. I have to hire even more workers. Antelopes and monitors are done. Excellent. So next we're going to get wildebeests and zebras? Maybe that's why, maybe that's why my education's bad, because I haven't researched any of the animals properly. Feeder enrichment's bad. Wow, look at all that. You are not a Leshwa buffalo. What is wrong? Why am I getting a warning for you? You trying to inbreed? Is that the issue? I didn't even see what the warning was. I just saw that it was a warning. Habitat's cleanliness is bad. That's fine. I need more feeder enrichment here. For the wildebeests. I'll preempt it by putting in some more just around the place, because they're going to need more anyway. There's a lot of them, so they want a lot of things. What about you? Are you satisfied with whatever you have? Can't look at it there, I have to see it here. Food quality is good. Everything you want. For food quality, can't be upgraded. You have everything you want. Everything's good there. Can't upgrade your food quality. Not fighting. Can't upgrade your food quality. You have everything you want. Everything you want. Food quality. Quality. You don't have anything wrong. That's okay, cool. Just do 2 workers only for this habitat with like the work zone just for this one. I think I already set it up for 1, so it wouldn't hurt to just add a second one, I guess. Work zone 1 just has this one, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah, it is just that. Staff, keeper, zone 1. 2 keepers, work zone 1. Do the caretakers clean the enclosures, or is that the keepers that clean the enclosures? It's keepers, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, well, they're designated, so maybe it'll work. Large herbivores make a big mess, and there's a lot of them. I know, but I feel like my keepers should handle it, you know? I hired several of them, and I've been training them pretty regularly to make sure they're good at their job, but they still seem to have a hard time performing. And all these people watching my animals poop up a storm in here isn't helpful. Okay, anyway. I think it was the monitor lizards I had gotten food quality increase for. Yes. And they're not angry with each other, and they have enough sleeping spots. The hyenas, I don't think I have food for. And they're fine. They need sleeping spots, apparently. Yeah, the LOD on that hyena was very funny for a second there. Here is some bedding for you. Okay, over here, what do we have for needs? Food and nothing. Okay, you already got your grade 3 food. Sable antelopes want for nothing. Have no conflicts, and they have tier 3 food. Springbok have no food. They aren't fighting. Oh, that one is. Get out of here. Okay. And they want for nothing. Okay. That means all animals are good. The last is the fossa, which I think are just fine. They have bedding, they have food. Climbing platforms. They sit funny. They have long legs, I guess. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna head off, I think. It's a bit early, but I'm quite tired. I got some progress done. I have made incredible profits. I added a new enclosure, added a few new animals. I got a lot of the park lit up. Added some more buildings to make my guests happy, more education. Got this ride thing going. Still not working properly, obviously, but I don't know what to do about that to fix it. I'm just going to leave it how it is. I'll be back next week around the same time. I'll have to figure out what I want to do then. I want to figure out how to make, like, another enclosure right here. I'd have to do some sort of weird, obscure shape that nobody's ever heard of and definitely doesn't exist to make it, like, fit, because I could do a triangle, but, like, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense either. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. Tomorrow I'm going to be back with, Power Wash Simulator, probably. But it's what it is. Anybody playing Planet Zoo right now that I could raid? Me. I don't know. That's fine. Guess that person? I don't know. Not Planet Zoo, but Ben Santee is a chill streamer doing Dwarf Fortress at the moment. No, I'll raid them. I'm not going to be able to stick around because I'm quite tired, but I'll raid them and hopefully have a good stream. Alrighty. I'm heading out. Take care. Bye-bye.